looking around my room for a battle axe, but I must have been getting it cleaned or something because I can't find it right now. But, I'm trying to chop some wood, trying to get some splinters up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know I'm not gonna bow.
Hey, Cheech. Shoot.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I got Red Bull. I had a Mountain Dew earlier.
So you're definitely lit.
Like, where am I?
Standards.
Oh, and is that Patron in your cup?
Patron in my cup? No, it's not. It's just it's actually a new flavor. What the fuck is it? It's a strawberry kiwi Gatorade Zero.
Zero. Does that imply no sugar?
Yeah, the only reason I don't drink the sugar one, like the one that doesn't have zero, because I feel like I eat enough rice to get my daily sugar. So
speaking of rice, no, fucking, no, yeah. How much rice do you eat every meal?
Probably. The only reason I just grew up on eating a bunch of rice, so I just love rice. And it literally, I can eat rice with anything. You do with a hamburger patty, eat rice. It could be chicken, eat rice. It could be a hamburger, eat rice.
You eat rice on your hamburger?
No. I did see like there's like a fucking sushi burger where they made like a rice bun patty and fried it. It's like it was wild.
Oh, you know what? I was on vacation one time in California, Garden Grove. Shout out Garden Grove.
Wait,
don't know anyone there.
Size too?
No, Garden Grove, like peace. Hey, Garden Grove.
They come with peace.
And I think last time I went to Garden Grove, someone got stabbed. So I don't know.
Gang size.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough area. But no, what was my point? My point was in California, and I got like really into guys' grocery games in the hotel room. You ever watch that?
Oh, you're talking about Guy Fieri?
Yeah, your boy.
I was so confused. I was like, what guys are you going to the store with and just playing grocery games with?
Yeah, just going to random Vietnamese stores in Garden Grove, acting like Guy Fieri, or however you pronounce his name. No, but no, what your little sushi burger idea was, it made me think of like guys' grocery games. That show's slaps. I don't know how long it's been on the air. I feel like it's been on for a long time, and I got in late. Do you know what that show is, or am I just speaking?
No, I know what you're talking about. Then they cook the food, right?
Yeah, it's like they have like 4 contestants and they whittle it down, but it's like competition. You have like 30 minutes to prepare like your dish. Can't use aisle 9. You can't use any veggies or whatever. No rice. So
fun fact. I actually used to watch a lot of like the food network shows like Guy Fieri, like his diner driving and dives.
Right, the Triple D's or whatever.
Whatever her name is, Rachel Ray's, Bobby Flay stuff. No, Guy Fieri, I really dig like his diners driving and dives. I don't know if he still makes new ones.
See, I think he went from that to guys' grocery games.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
and they have guys' grocery games still going, but then the pandemic happened, and they like have the shit like celebrity chefs or whatever do it from home. Don't know really how you taste that. It's just kind of a
when you want a contract, you got to make it work somehow.
Right. And then he's like, hey, I'm at my home kitchen, but he's got a big ass grill outside in his backyard, like a full blown, massive kitchen. But no, that show, I like it because it's like, and it's I would hope people don't like judge people solely off that show, because it's like they throw them curveballs. Like you have to put like chocolate in your surf and turf dish. What do you
make it and make it a 5-star like fucking
yeah make it look good, and like so to me, I don't now. Fun fact about me is I'm a very picky eater. I had Taco Bell today, and I found a little kernel of lettuce in my taco. Completely throws off the balance of said.
So you
taco.
definitely just threw it all away.
I wanted to. I was really hungry, so I did eat it. But yeah, I mean, I can't eat, so I can't cook. Can't taste my own food. But I like watching people make food. Like it's compelling.
You grill?
Oh, okay. I mean,
it's technically cooking.
I got the keys on the grill, and But no, yeah, I guess that is technically cooking. If you guys want a medium well steak, I got you. But like I don't eat any like spices. Call me crazy. Any veggies. I like cheese. You don't eat cheese.
Well,
Correct?
not that I don't like cheese, I just can't eat cheese. Like I'm lactose, and
pills,
those fucking lactose pills don't work for me. Right. I just either lactose free shit, and cheese I can't seem to find lactose free cheese. So if anyone knows, please let me know. But yeah, I just stay away from it.
True. Yeah. It's funny we're talking about cooking. Did you ever watch Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off on
Before
Disney
we get
Channel?
to that, Guy Fieri's or Fiero's, Guy Ferrari, whatever his last name is, his restaurant is trash.
Hot take.
No, like it really isn't that good. Obviously he's not cooking the food, but it's really not that good. I go, so if you ever do see that place somewhere, I mean, if you want to try it, cool, but I wouldn't.
Oh, is it in Buca de Beppo sometimes?
No.
Because there's a Guy Fieri's something in the Buca de Beppo right next to my cribbo.
I mean, maybe, unless that's a different guy, or maybe it's just a guy's Ferrari, and you just think
it's got the white spikes. I'm gonna look this up but you're saying it's garbage? What do they serve there?
Yeah, it's like Mexican, but it's not that good.
Oh, Guy Fieri's Flavortown Kitchen.
Whatever. I don't know what that is.
Is that what his restaurant? What you're talking about?
Maybe. I didn't know what it was called. I just know it was Guy Fieri's restaurant. I didn't know what the whole name was, but the one I've been to was in Laughlin and in Vegas. So I've been to two, but it could just be those two that are trash. But yeah, it definitely wasn't. I mean, I've had better Mexican food.
So it was Mexican food, and you say it wasn't up to your standards.
But then again, I am Mexican, so
yeah, high bar. That's what I'm saying. Is Taco Bell Mexican food to you?
I mean, it's fast.
The Taco Bell at my house actually is ironically not fast. It takes for fucking ever to get your meat order. So the fact that it's not fast, and I'm assuming you don't think it's authentic Mexican food. How about Filiberto's?
No, I don't think that's authentic either.
How about Roliberto's?
Any of those Bertos, they're all the same place except franchised differently, if that makes sense. Like they're all technically under the Huliberto's umbrella, but
so yeah, no. Did you ever watch on Disney Channel Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off?
Is this Eddie from Raven? No,
he was in it.
Orlando Brown.
Yeah, who completely went off the rails.
Yo, have you seen his interviews and shit like that?
He's a character. I think drugs are a hell of a drug.
Oh, drugs are a hell of a drug. I do feel bad for the guy in the sense that, he was, I want to say he was Nickelodeon also, but I can't really see him being Nick and Disney, but he for sure was a Disney kid.
Right.
And man, it's crazy what happens to like a lot of those child stars. Like you could probably name a handful that still became successful outside of that, but yet their life is so dark and deep and tragic at the end. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and everyone kind of
any child star. The
child stars on Child ran like shows or networks too, or even worse, because everyone kind of assumes that it's like they're exactly like their character that they're playing in real life too. And that's like absolutely not the case. Like I think what was Jeanette McCurdy or whoever iCarly's co-host, little blonde girl. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She dated Andre Drummond for a while.
Yeah, but we shouldn't talk about that because we want to stick away from any kind of net talk.
No, I'm just saying she was she was oh okay, that one, okay, that was good. No, I know what you're talking about. Yes. She came out and said like she would have people come up to her and I think her character's name was Sam, and people would think that she is Sam, and she's like not like that at all. And
she's out here in the streets.
Yeah, in the streets she's way different, and then they'd be like, oh, you're like not who I thought you were, and then You know, so it's funny.
Surprised.
Yeah. Like, do you watch The Office at all?
So my fiance definitely is a religious Office watcher, so she got me into it.
Oh, so you're into it.
I don't really care for it that much. It's not my go-to, especially not off Netflix. I really don't. I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't get the Peacock app. Pause.
No, you got to get the Peacock app for just Storage Wars alone. They got all the
my
Storage
dad's
Wars.
really into that show.
Yep.
It's cool. I can see how you could make some money back off it, but if you get a real good, but you gotta be willing to spend some money also to, like, if you're gonna lose it. But what about The Office? I mean,
what I was gonna say is Kevin, if you know his character,
his chili character,
he did drop the chili, the pot of chili. He gets really dumb throughout the show.
I mean, he's definitely not like that at all.
Right. He's completely coherent in real life, like a regular person. And people assume that he's like stupid like that in real life. It's like when people see me off the basketball court, and they just expect me to like shoot my groceries into my grocery cart. It's like, I'm a 3-point phenom on Instagram. Like, excuse me, miss, I'm in fries. Let me, go around you. Like, come on, girl, shit, this ain't last chance you.
You know what's funny about Kevin? I mean, I'm pretty sure tons of people caught this, but I think you could really catch it if you like watch it from season 1 on. How they just made him seem a little bit like as a slow talker, right, at the beginning of like the show, and then all of a sudden he started speaking faster, but just more stupider.
Right. They like.
I didn't like that. I mean, if you're gonna have to keep it one way or the other, I feel like.
Yeah, keep it consistent from the jump. I felt like he could be slow, and that's just his personality type. But then when they made him like punchline stupid, I mean, actually, I watched a deep dive on YouTube about how they turned Andy Bernard's character once.
Oh, I see that too. How he was all lovable and jolly, then all of a sudden like an asshole and shit like that.
Yeah, and like he would say things later that like would make no sense. Like, he went to Cornell, like he got a college education.
Exactly.
He's not dumb.
At Ivy League school.
Right, and then he started doing things like Michael Scott would say. But Michael Scott, every time he would say something stupid, it came from he was ignorant, but he had like good intentions behind it.
Right.
He just wanted to be liked. So that's why we always kind of could forgive Michael's character in a sense. But Andy got real big from The Hangover, Ed Helms. And so they wanted
to see that. So let's talk about that, because I have a whole beef with like The Office in a sense with that they dealt with Steve Carell.
Right.
I get it. Supposedly the word is that he wanted to work on his film career, right? Obviously he had Anchorman at that time. He had 40-Year-Old Virgin, and that he wanted to pursue to be like more of an actor as far as like, some of the more drama roles that he played on later on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was really wrong. They only let him be in like 2 seconds of the finale, and he didn't have more of a say-so in it. Like, I think that was really wrong. I feel like they should have had him be a bigger part, because in all honesty, there's like, before I even watched the last 2 seasons where he wasn't in it, I think it was 8 and 9. Before I even watched those, it took me like 3 years to watch them, because I didn't want to see it unless he was in it. Like, to be honest with you, he was the selling point. And I think that's why they try to not really make Andy Michael, but in a sense, try to have his comedic timing be like that, but it didn't work. Right. Great, like how we've said before, only greatness can greatness, and Steve Carell could play that role to a T. And that's who he was. That's who 40-Year-Old Virgin was. Andy was. That's who that was.
Right. I was just trying to look up where when he left the show. No, they definitely
he left season 7, episode.
See, when Michael left the show, the show didn't have an identity anymore. I think he was the heart and soul. And then Jim and Pam being together. I guess spoiler alert for those who have not seen The Office at this point. But when Michael left, then they had to fill that void, and I think they had a perfect balance of characters and realism and comedy and whatnot. But yeah, that one deep dive in the video where Andy's now like trying to be Michael, and it just makes no sense. Like his character, like they already established who his character was, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And
sure,
so
yeah.
I think they really dropped the ball on that. And then when they brought him back for the finale, and did you heard where he actually said that they didn't come to him, they thought he was going to go into movies, and then he's like, they just didn't like offer me a contract extension.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what the word was. They thought that, but
Yeah,
they did. I don't think they wanted to pay him what he was probably worth. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that there's never been said, but I'm guarantee you there's people probably wanted some more money. They didn't want to give it to him, so they just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna let him go."
well, and I just think it's just a poorly like handled situation, not even on Michael's side or Steve's side.
No,
because
I don't think it on Steve Carell's at all. I think it was more of the network.
yeah, and the fact that they just didn't communicate and he was willing to come back, it's just, yeah, it's a shame. And then I mean, I don't know how much of the last like finale of him not really having a big part, but it was just more so a cameo. I think it would have been better if he would have came in and had a big role, but at the very least we did get to see him kind of close out the series.
But what pissed me off though the most was like how they had the whole staff, the whole camera crew in the office warehouse.
That's true. That's valid.
There not to be seen. Like that really pissed me off because I'm like, he deserved way more than that. Because like he's the reason why the show, in my opinion, stopped. Because it wasn't entertaining no more. Like Robert California was not entertaining
At all.
Maybe if they had maybe if Will Ferrell, if they were going to pay Steve Carell, they weren't going to pay Will Ferrell, but maybe in a hypothetical world, if they would have put him there, maybe that show could have still went on for another 5 seasons, maybe. But that's if you're willing to pay a high-level A-list actor in the comedy movie world. You're going to have to pay him something like that, you know what I'm saying?
Also, was Will Ferrell even interested in doing like a sitcom?
For sure, yeah.
You know?
We don't know, yeah, exactly. Because I'm pretty sure he's been offered many and he probably just turned them down.
Right. And it's ironic because you talk about like the big time like comedic stars, and I just finished, it's been a minute, but True Detective season 2 on HBO. Are you a True Detective fan at all? Just
I have now watched an episode.
Okay, so Vince Vaughn, I won't get too deep into it, but Vince Vaughn's in season 2, and he's one of the main characters, and it's interesting to see like a movie like comedian or a movie guy get a role.
Blackballed him in Hollywood. We got to talk about that another time.
Who, Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bring that up right after this point where, like, so Steve Carell went from like a show completely popped off, had a huge movie career, who's actually turned into a really good actor. The Big Short, sure, Foxcatcher. Yeah. Steve's doing amazing for himself, but Vince Vaughn.
This is what he wanted to do too. So
right, Vince Vaughn coming from movies, but seeing him in this like episodic thing, it's like Mark Ruffalo in that other HBO show that got some award nods. But it's interesting to see like a big time actor commit to a show. I never expected like Will Ferrell to ever be a main character like on a TV show, but I would tune in, you know, because Will is one of my favorite actors.
Here's my point to that. I do believe big time actors will be in like a sitcom or like a TV role, but it has to be HBO, Showtime, or Max. Right. The only reason I say that is because they could be more free with their speech. They're able to cuss, they're able to act how they want to act. Granted, there is guidelines, don't get me wrong, but there's more freedom, I feel like, compared to like ABC, NBC, CBS, like those networks. They're more censored because they're obviously on, you know, more family-friendly networks. Mm-hmm. I feel like, because look at The Rock. I would never thought The Rock would do TV again after wrestling and how big of a movie star he became. But look at the movie or the TV show on HBO, The Game. Or is it The Game? Or you know the one I'm talking about where he's like a sports.
Ballers? Are you talking about?
There we go.
Yeah, that was on HBO.
Yeah, so like look at that. Like you would think he wouldn't be in TV, but look, he took on that role. And it's a series. So I mean, I could you know what I'm saying? I could see actors like that taking roles in those kind of like platforms.
Did you watch Ballers?
No, I'm just going off of just how
I watched it. I watched the whole thing. Spencer Strassmore. Right? Pardon?
Football, right?
Yeah, and John David Washington, who's like one of my favorite actors now, Denzel's son. He's in it, and Rob Corddry, or however you pronounce his last name, he's in it. He was in Hot Tub Time Machine. Great movie. Rob Rob Deere. No, dude, he's a great fucking businessman. Low key.
Oh yeah, we no. He did you know like he made like that because obviously we can talk about this another time. I don't want to get off topic because we're talking about movies, but skateboarding. So I've been watching a lot of Robin Big and Fantasy Factory, and then a whole bunch of old like Tony Hawk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. We know we talk about the evolution of basketball.
Yeah.
But the evolution of skateboarding is wild. Like, have you ever skateboarded or like not like just rolled up and down the street?
I've played Tony Hawk back in the day. And I'm Nigel Houston. That's my dog. Never met you, Nigel, if you're tuning in. But no, I know enough about skateboarding to hold a coherent conversation, I'd like to think. Bob Burnquist, my trigger.
No, but have you ever personally?
Have I ever? I have gotten on a board at Walmart, and then, yeah, I mean, I've been on a board before, but I never owned one.
Kick push is the farthest you've ever really done it, right?
Yeah, I've never ollied.
Okay, same. I'm just kick push for me. But it's crazy, like how at 13 you could become a pro.
Right.
Back then. Like today, you have to be fucking crazy good and do something no one's ever seen to be able to be considered a pro. Like Ryan Sheckler, I don't know if you know who that is, but he's like a big time skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
He was pro, they said, at like 9 or 10. And just some of the shit he was doing compared to what the street skaters before him were doing is amazing. And like, there's this thing on YouTube called Ollie or do a kickflip.
Oh, the Tony Hawk thing?
Yeah. Tony Hawk.
If I ever see Tony Hawk, someone tells me do a kickflip, I hope I am not the one to not know who Tony Hawk is, because that's trending on Twitter every time he's like goes to an airport and someone's like, "Oh, your name is Tony Hawk,"
and like people just they're like,
"How do you not know what he looks like?"
I know, right? But what's crazy is that he even said himself, he's like, I just say do a kickflip, and you have this line of kids that are just at the park already, do it in 2 seconds. And it took us coming up like 15, 20 tries to even land one or even get close. And the whole point of bringing this up is because we talk about Rob Dyrdek, but like skateboard in its own came a long way to where you could be a pro at 13, but now you have to be a fucking crazy pro at 13 if you want to be like in like that, considered a great skateboarder. But yeah, and this Rob Dyrdek was crazy good at skateboarding. But my point is that he became a pro, I think 13 or 16, in between that span, and never went to high school. He went to high school, I think 2 years, but then dropped out and became the businessman he is. And it's crazy how like smart he is.
Well, and I'll say 2 points. One, Ryan Sheckler's like the Justin Bieber of skateboarding, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he was like a young, just popped off, a dreamboat, as the skater girls will say. But Rob Dyrdek, in an interview with somebody, maybe it was on the Steve-O podcast or whatever, but he was talking business. I actually really like listening to him talk about Fantasy Factory and his MTV dealings and shoe deals, because to me, he's a businessman. He got started in skateboarding, and he even admits, he's like, I was a really good skateboarder, but then like I kind of he like hit a ceiling, like, and he knew that he was not like, I mean, he was one of the best and he won competitions and stuff, but like he had aspirations and stuff more than skateboarding.
Outside. Yeah.
And so then he just it's interesting to hear him like delve into how like the Robin Big got started, and it actually, like he said, the pilot episode that they shot, something about where it was like, but it was scripted at first. Whoa. And then he was like, they were just fucking around, and then they're like, dude, this is the gold. Yeah. Like, don't script us, let us just, because I think they were just bullshitting. He's like, I can beat you in a race. And Big's like, and also he's like, it was really weird calling him Big because his name was big black and like, but it was, so he's like, I can beat you, you know. And so they just like, all right, let's race. And that's what the show became. And so to hear him talk about kind of how his like business endeavors and shit came, yeah, super interesting.
But what's funny is that he said that before it was Robin Big, they wanted him only to talk about business and like do stuff like that. But he's like, that's not going to be entertaining. Like he said, no one really knows me, so they're not going to want to just see me come out here and just talk business. Like,
right.
That's not going to sell. So that's when they did the whole Robin Big thing. But yeah, no, he's definitely an entertainer. Like I love watching all that stuff. It's crazy. And what's funny, he's actually, I think, I didn't even like DC in itself, the shoe company and the skateboarding logo and stuff like that, the brand. He actually kept it afloat for the longest.
Yeah.
Like there was really like, I've only known of Vans and DC. Now that DC's out of business because they sold the company. What's funny is that he's out of a shoe deal, right? Because he even said it too, and like I believe some of the stuff he says. Like he's probably one of the only people that I would know that speak actual like truth and facts in what he's saying. I want to say maybe it was like the second season of Fantasy Factory. He was like, I'm on my 14th signature shoe. He's like, name any other pro athlete. I think he said besides Michael Jordan. Maybe there's one more, but Michael Jordan that has their own signature shoe. So you can't. Like it's only me and Michael Jordan. Like yeah, skateboarding shoes, but people don't understand like outside of like our little world of like basketball and stuff like that, skateboarding is actually really big in a lot of other places.
Yeah, and when I go to Freestone and I shoot hoops, I look over.
It's packed.
And I'm like, dude, I mean, I kind of want to go and just watch them, you know, roll their ankles.
Like there's a skate park almost every park for a reason.
And I think it's impressive. Actually, did you watch Jonah Hill's movie Mid-90s?
I have not.
It's like a kind of an indie film. You know who Jonah Hill is.
Yeah.
So he directed his directorial debut was mid-90s. It was sort of semi-autobiographical, and it's about skaters in the 90s. It just like
it sounds familiar.
It was a whole yeah. You should peep it. It's a good movie. I don't know. It's like there's a whole world of skateboarding, and like Jonah Hill was like a straight up skateboarder. Like you know he would get. I mean, I think skateboarders get kind of a bad rap because, you know, the stereotype of them trespassing and being like, you know, I don't want to say bums, but like, you know, everyone has stereotypes, and the stereotypes, there's sort of baked in little half truths in a sense that people want to grab from, you know, like the dumb jock or, you know, whatever, the stupid blonde. But yeah, so like, but with skateboarding, I can't do it because my ankles 100% now. But I'll fuck with a Tony Hawk game, like the old Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Sure, yeah. Like I'll go find those mixtapes and play graffiti with you online. Like, let's fucking run. I might cop that after this podcast, low key, kind of getting the itch to grind.
What's funny is that since we're talking about like all this shit, like Bam from Viva La Bam, Bam Margera.
Sure boy.
He was a pro skater. Like he was actually a really good skater.
Yeah.
Sorry, like his life took such a downfall now, but I mean, no, at a time, like he was one of the great skaters too.
Who do you think
on this tangent of skateboarding? But yeah,
right. I was gonna say, who do you think the most like? It would be like Tony Hawk, the most like I don't want to say prolific, but the most famous skateboarders, like Rob Dyrdek.
Definitely Tony Hawk, Rob
Dyrdek.
I would say probably the better out of all of them. It's probably either like you might not agree, but it's either Ryan Sheckler or Paul Rodriguez. But then again, I don't any skateboarders like that. So these are people I know off the top of my head.
Give me Bob Burnquist or Bucky Lassick. You may not agree with that.
Oh yeah, they were nice.
Give me give me Nyjah Houston against anybody though. That's my dog. I mean, I'm not even a skateboarding fan, but like low key though, I'll watch. I mean, I watch Brink. That's my movie. More of a rollerblade. Actually, I was a scooter guy back in the day.
You ever skate, like a roller skate?
Skateland, 1996, 1997. I did rollerblade a little bit because of Brink. You ever watch Brink on Disney?
What do they call them? Incline skates or
inline or
inline? Yeah, you inline.
Yeah.
I had a pair of those.
I had a little flavor on that, but I was never a roll bouncer like you.
Oh yeah, same. No, I definitely was. I mean, it looks cool, but I'm good. I'll just go in my little circle at my little pace and cruise. I'm not gonna do the extra shit.
Yeah, no. I definitely need my brake in the back of my feet instead of the front. But no, those Skateland days back in the 90s, we had like field trips, birthdays and stuff like that.
Right.
But no, where were we? How did we even get started talking about skateboarding?
And we started with Guy Fieri, fucking Steve Carell, The Office, and then movies, and then somehow we ended up on Rob Dyrdek and skateboarding.
You know what you call that? You call that chopping wood. Just taking the battle, sharpening the battle axe, chopping wood.
Just going to town.
No, I really do. I kind of want to get that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 though on console.
I think they remastered it too.
Yeah, it's only like $30-$40.
Is it on PS4 or 5?
I think it's on next gen. Which we need to get you a console. We need to get you an Xbox.
I mean,
we need to get you an Xbox so I can be out there with you in Halo Infinite when it drops. I think in December.
They still make Halos?
Yeah, we got a new one coming out in December. So what we're going to do, we're going to get you an Xbox with all the advertisement money that we're getting from this podcast. Choppin Wood, we're going to buy you an Xbox. We're going to stream Halo Master Chief Collection, get you tight, teach you how to bounce grenades, how to shoot your battle rifle. Then once Halo Infinite drops, we might go pro. Me and you.
Okay.
And Hayne. We need a little squad.
Do they still make does Halo have like a storyline, or is it just online now?
I'm gonna expose myself here, and I'm not much of a role-playing game person. Like the campaign, I usually skip that. But I know Halo.
But don't they have that still? I feel like with Halo and like honestly, in my opinion, any game like that, like that was a first player. I feel like now you could just get rid of the campaign. Yeah, there might be some people that still like to play the campaigns, but I feel like you can get rid of them. I mean, I feel like more people online it's way more useful if you're like that kind of gamer.
So I'm the competitive multiplayer guy. And I would straight up typically just not even play the campaigns, but the campaign in Halo is extremely rich. It has canon like, Star Wars. It goes really deep.
Well, because I remember back in 2004 when Xbox and Halo were fucking the thing for everybody. I mean, I remember then. But I mean, back like now, I wouldn't even know if they had campaigns or anything like that. I didn't even know they made Halo. I thought they stopped after like 3 or 4.
So yeah, no, Halo did kind of disperse. I mean, they have like Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo 5, Halo ODST. But and I'm not a diehard Halo fan, even though I have a Halo vs Star Wars YouTube series. You go peep that. But so I think. Well, like Bungie kind of gave up. They went and I think they're behind Destiny. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, all of you viewers out there that made it this far. But no, I think like Halo. There was rumor. Like I mean, it's been a long time since they've dropped like the recent Halo. Actually, I was running Halo 5 a little bit ago, and just it's like riding a bike, you know what I mean? Just got to get that stick work tight. But, but the campaign is super rich, but I would typically just duck those. But then games last gen, like on the Xbox One and PS Trash 4, I'm an Xbox gamer. PlayStation is garbage. That's another podcast. But they I think it was Titanfall didn't even have a campaign. They just said, fuck it, we're going to just make a multiplayer. And I was like all for that. But you know what I have a problem with is if you're going to do that, when are we going to make multiplayer online like matter? When is it gonna like? When are we gonna play for keeps? When are we gonna keep like stats and like leaderboards and rankings? Because I miss knowing
Throughout
where
the
I'm
world?
ranked. Pardon?
Throughout the world?
Yeah, I want to know where I stack up in the world, because I was ranked 55th in the world on NBA Jam on Xbox, and that's in my bio on my gamer tag. So I know I was the 55th best fucking NBA Jam player, and I'm tooting my own horn right now. But like a lot of these games, it's like, I can't see like leaderboards. I can't even see my friends' stats on some of them. It's like, okay, so what's the point? I'm gonna play, and
you ever thought maybe they're trash?
what am I playing? See, and on 2K, I know you don't play 2K, but they stopped putting like, so when I took a hiatus and then I hopped back on 2K19, play with my boys. Shout out Chainer, shout out Bye Weeks, shout out all you guys out there. But so I'm running with my dogs, and you can see when you start the game at the park, you can see their record over your player. Right. And it's like, oh shit, like these dudes won 1,000 games. They're like, oh, they're 985 or whatever. Like, so it's competitive.
But you're playing against a bunch of bums though.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of games are more like duration played. Like, oh, you're 8th prestige in Call of Duty. Well, you've played 800 hours, so like you could be trash. So technically record doesn't matter like that, and some people hold it in high regard. But now you could see people's records and then like not want to play with them, and so for whatever reason they just like took away record, and so now you can't, like, it doesn't matter. You don't even see someone's record, so what is the point? What are we playing for? You know what I'm saying? It just irks me because I'm a competitor. I play for plums. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't play online gaming, let alone play gaming that much.
Not yet.
Like my technical kind of gaming is fucking first player. Mm-hmm. Shit like Sparrow, God of War. Fucking, I'm a big Legend of Zelda guy. Sonic guy. Anything that has to do with like really quests and shit like that. Call me whatever you want, but that's the kind of shit I'm into. The reason I don't play first player, or not first player, multiplayer, to be honest with you, I'm trash. You definitely on your team. And also for like the NBA 2K shit, I don't like sports games. Excuse me. They're not fun to me. Like I'd rather go play it in real life than play on a game, which you're a hooper too, so nothing against that. It's just, to me, it's just doesn't seem that much fun. Not to mention, I play Pokemon, and don't you have to grind like to get your player to rank up
in Pokemon?
No, in 2K.
Oh yeah, or you can
as
just
far as like grind. I mean, you have to keep practicing and like all this other shit for it to like become better and better, right?
In a sense, but also you can just pay like $20 or $50 and just get fucking virtual currency from that.
Well, that's just trash to me, but either way, but in reality, if you don't have the money, you have to grind, right?
Yeah, and this current one, NBA 2K21 Next Gen, is a real fucking grind.
Okay, so my point being, I'd rather go put that into like fucking Pokemon than basketball, because I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather just go play than sit there and grind. But yeah, but my whole thing on that is I don't see why they don't do a world ranking, but at the same time, the way I think about it is probably also a money thing, because if they have all these competitions, they're gonna want to rank those people that play professionally above everyone that's, playing online. And the only reason I can see this as a business aspect is them saying like, we're gonna make more money if we do this, because if we hold a tournament, we're gonna get the kickback from it, and whoever wins just gets that money, but we get the kickback from everything else. And we promote the game, and people are just gonna buy it and buy it and buy it, so we get all that residual too. So I think it'd be hard. And also too, you gotta remember the algorithm trying to rank everyone in the world. And like, and then you do have some of those people that play like World of Warcraft and stuff that are grinders. So imagine the grinders that do grind, like if they were to grind online for like Halo or Call of Duty or some shit like that.
Well, see,
it'd be hard to keep that algorithm fresh.
So some of those games are like experience points in the sense, like they rank you based on like total wins or total experience points. And that's just updating, what your shit is in the cloud or whatever.
Right.
And I don't personally see any, like, I don't get any satisfaction from just knowing I played more than somebody else. I think like a record, like if, for example, I used to take 2K serious back in the day before my hiatus, and I would play like, 2K fucking 8, 2K12, 2K10, like, and I would play online ranked play now games. So I would choose Joe Johnson, Atlanta Hawks, and then everyone else would choose, the Miami Heat or the big teams at that time. Anyway, and so I'm playing on there, and I'm like 90. My record's like 92-8 or something. And so I'm like, and they had like a rankings in the world, and you could see how your record stacks up against everybody else, and like, I just feel like it was playing for something, and the fact that they don't have that anymore. I think it's more so this like culture of, what are they? Not millennials. What's this current Gen Zs or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't want to say they're soft, but like,
so,
they're.
Hold on. Do you know what a millennial is?
Isn't it born from X amount to X amount?
It's us. We're the millennials.
That's what I'm saying. But we're like, I'm not saying we're on the cusp, but like, who's after us? Like, when would?
Yeah, no, that I think that's Gen Z or something. But
would it be like born after 2000?
No, I think it's 90, 97.
Okay, maybe. So it's right around there.
It's something like that, yeah.
See, so those kids or whatever, they, the
participation. No, I'm lying. It's 85 to 2000.
Millennials.
Yeah.
So we're millennials.
Yeah.
And then Gen Z is 2001 till now or whenever, right? Like, so, but those participation trophy kids, they don't want to play against, like, they don't want that competition. Like, I don't know. I personally, some games don't even let you see your friends' stats, and I just don't understand like how hard that is. Like, I want to be able to compare myself. I want to know what people I'm playing with can bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And the competition wise, I know you don't play Valheim. We're going to get you a desktop, and we're going to get you on there as well. The survival game. But I just watched a video on that. It was a tournament, and
so that game 81 to 94. Sorry to cut you off. 81.
That's millennials?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we are millennials. Shout out millennials. But anyway, so when we get you on Valheim, I watched a tournament, the first ever tournament on Twitch, and it was compelling. I mean, the game is a grind, like a WoW, like a RuneScape kind of a game. But then when they made it like a battle royale, you have 2 hours to grind, and then you turn your PvP damage on, and now you have to, it's like last player standing wins. That shit was pretty compelling. And that's competition. What is competition breeds success, or something? There's a saying that something.
I know exactly what you're saying.
So we're gonna get you, and I don't. You know what? I don't like that excuse that you're not good enough at multiplayer game. That's some horse shit. If you're running with me,
well, my thing is, I just don't. I don't know. Nothing against people that like, because I feel like that's people's vice. Sometimes they just want to know. That's why they relax and shit like that and get into. To me, I mean, it's just not something I would want to do in my free time. So that's probably why I just wouldn't. I don't like to. I'd rather not put the time in. But that also too, what frustrates me is how you have to play. Like, one's for like turning all the way around, the other one's for like running. And I'd rather do that in single player than multiplayer, where like I have to shoot too. Like, it's a lot. But I mean, obviously, if I put the time in, I probably could be okay at it.
Oh, 100%. I mean, and we could use your expertise on 2K.
Just my basketball knowledge.
Just how to play the game. Like, we need people who know how to play. But even not on 2K. Like I said, I mean, Halo, I get it. Some people are better at shooter games. Some people are better at fucking sports games. Some people don't like any of them. But we need to get you. We need to get us on Twitch and get this big following we have from the podcast and start chopping wood on Twitch. Like, fucking
shit.
No, but Valheim, I'm telling you, like, you like those grindy games, like single player,
yeah.
like, or because Valheim, And I'm very bullish on Valheim right now. $20 PC game. They're not sponsoring this episode, but they should be. Valheim is extremely addicting in seeing your player, fucking level up and then advancing through like the ages and killing bosses and stuff. Me and my boy M-Bone, shout out Killer from Manila from Favela from Cabela. We've been cooking on there, and this is my call for help. We fucking need help out there because we can't beat the third boss. But so yeah, we're gonna get you on there, Mag, and we're gonna start cooking bacon. Cooking some donuts.
It's funny. I feel like more games now are becoming a lot more grind out type of games. God of War, the recent one that came out, you had to grind in order to get to rank up your level, where in previous God of War games, you never had to do that. You didn't have to rank up to like a higher level. Yeah, you could rank up your equipment and shit, but there was no like level to it. It was just, boosting it up. I think there was a level, but it was just boosting it up. It wasn't in the sense where like your individual player also gets stronger along with your equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Like your abilities and stuff, you're saying?
Yeah.
See, that's like Valheim.
As I'm saying, now you could grind for that. And I feel like a lot of video games are starting to become like that. Nothing wrong with it. I do believe that's probably more technical in the sense where like they want you to explore the whole in its entirety as a game instead of just like certain levels and just get done and beating it and that's it. They want you to enjoy the game. They want you to enjoy it longer, I feel like. So I feel like that's what kind of Valhalla is.
I think some games can go that direction, and in some games, have you played Rocket League?
Yeah, with you. Pause.
That's actual facts. That was a long time ago, but no pause needed for that. We play together. I paused that actually. No. So Rocket League is like very simplistic. It's fucking soccer and RC cars. You just try to get in the goal.
Fun. Yeah.
So it's like that kind of game can be so simplistically fun. And so now I'm kind of conflicted. After this pod, do I download Tony Hawk, or do I learn how to code so we can make our own game, an app, and then the Choppin Wood game where you literally have to level up your character chopping wood, maybe?
Or you could buy Mario Maker and learn how to make video games or video levels.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I might have to do that. Low key, I have some good gaming ideas.
You have to buy a Switch.
Oh, you have to buy Switch?
I mean, but look at the upside. You get Mario Kart, you get fucking all the Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. Did you ever play that?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Who hasn't? I feel like
someone
our age and you haven't played that, then you're just a loser.
You're a trash can. Well, someone hasn't played Pokemon Go on this podcast.
No, I have. I told you that.
But you haven't gone hard in it.
Oh no, but I played it. I've caught. So when we last talked about Pokemon Go,
right?
A Bulbasaur in my room, but I couldn't figure out how to walk anywhere, so it wouldn't let me walk.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're a noob at Pokemon Go. I think that was the 2-year anniversary, 25-year anniversary of Pokemon or something. It was that.
Yeah, you told me they revamped like the
yeah, and you can catch like Pokemon. 4 or 5 generations now.
Yeah,
they're actually coming out. Do you ever play League of Legends? Probably not. That's a stupid question. But League of Legends, where you're like going, it's like basically a lane game where it's like 5-5, whatever. I heard somewhere they're coming out with a Pokemon version of that. So like you can choose your Pokemon like Charizard, and then you can be running with a Blastoise, Venusaur, Electabuzz, and now you're playing an Aerodactyl, fucking Lapras, Golduck, and Snorlax. And I'm going to, I'm going to look that up right now because I'm trying to run that with you. But yeah, so like once you find a blueprint for a game that works, it's a MOBA game. Like once you find a blueprint that works, then you could throw any theme on it and just capitalize on it. You ever play Flappy Bird?
Yeah, I have. It was cool. But look at like Super Mario RPG. You ever play that?
I have not, but it sounds like a
Like,
role-playing game for Mario.
Yeah, and the only reason, like, this was back for, I think, it was for Super Nintendo.
Mm.
Only reason they made it was because of Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy back then was an RPG game. And once you like, look at how you said, like, once you figure out a genre or like a type of style of play, slap whatever you want on it. Look, they did it with Mario. So,
and speaking of Final Fantasy, I just actually I bought Final Fantasy X remixed for consoles. So I need to get back on that. I just admitted I'm not a role-playing game person, but I did love Final Fantasy X low key.
No, for sure. I mean, but me, the nostalgia is always playing it on like the Super Nintendo.
Oh, I still got my PlayStation 2 downstairs. If anybody wants to play me on Blitz for $1,000 a game, let me know right now, because I've never lost at that game.
Wait, Super? What'd you say?
A PlayStation 2 Blitz? It's a sports game.
Oh, no, I thought Blitz was for Nintendo, no?
I mean, it might have been like it's literally for PlayStation, so that I just run on PlayStation 2. It's from like 99.
No, because I know what Blitz is. I played Blitz on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, it probably was on there, and
but
they got.
I didn't know they made it for what's it called too.
They had it at arcades, but I'm telling you, I've never lost at that game. So if anybody,
I was only really in it for like the mean tackling and the
like the late hits and whatnot.
Yeah, that shit was tight.
But yeah, Blitz, Star Wars Battlefront 2, shout out. Literally my favorite game of all time. You see me playing it before the pod. And
is that really your favorite game of all time?
It is, yeah. It is. I put the most hours into that game, and then Call of Duty 3 on Xbox One, or maybe Xbox original, but yeah, Call of Duty 3 specifically, World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Blitz, NBA Jam. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I'd be a pro gamer right now, but
see, my favorite games definitely aren't those. I think number one for me would have to be San Andreas.
Okay.
And then probably 2 would be Grand Theft Auto 3.
So you're a Grand Theft Auto guy?
Yeah, but not the new ones, because like I said, I'm not really big into fucking the new, like, the downloadable content shit.
So, but here's the thing with the new ones, like, you can actually play online with that.
But no, with other people. I told that just doesn't.
So that doesn't entice you to be able to shoot other people with me.
That doesn't sell me on. You know what I'm saying?
Like, picture this: we're riding down Vice City. I'm in the back seat, just like you're driving, you're ghost riding the whip, and I'm just out here just plugging people with bullets. That doesn't sound fun to you? That sounds fun to me. Oh. Or Red Dead Redemption. You ever see that game?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be a cowboy with you and go fucking like, let's get on our horse. No Brokeback Mountain shit. Let's go fucking Westworld shit. You know what I'm saying? It's super pause on that.
I don't know. Just to me, maybe if I like, I got in, like, played it a little bit more, maybe, but I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, we'll have to get you a console or a computer and start running some of these things.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm always down. Just know you're gonna have to work with me, because it'll be a process.
Yeah, and you're gonna be playing a gamer in my feature film, so we're gonna have to get you some experience on the sticks, low key.
Pause.
I guess you do need a pause for that, but fucking shit, where are we at? This is episode 1 of Choppin Wood Pod.
It really is.
Fucking, I hope we've been somewhat entertaining today.
If not, it was for me. Pause.
I don't think that needs no pause needed on that. But no, this is definitely this is fun. I need to bring more Red Bull next time, because I finished my bev like 5 minutes in. And so I need to go re-up on some Mountain Dew. For those of you who don't know, I'm a Mountain Dew fiend. And if you want to send Livewire to us, you know, you support the channel, support the pod.
We'll put a PO box somewhere in the link.
Yeah, throw me some Livewire, throw Mag some I don't know, what's your drink of choice these days?
I wanted to see you like come. I wanted to see if you come with
rum and Pepto.
Rum and Pepto.
No, that's on King of Queens. It's a Pink Lady. No, I think you're more of a Terramanu, and is that a thing? That's the rocks.
I've never heard of that.
I think you're more of like a Sex on the Beach on the rocks with a dash of Crown. Is that a thing?
I mean, that might be for somebody, but not for me.
Okay, you're a Four Loko White Claw and a wine cooler.
No, I'm all about the hard drink. So
vodka.
Yeah, that, tequila, rum, fucking cognac, Coke back in a dirty glass.
all at the same time. That makes me think of Cop and a Half. He fucking Devin Butler orders give me a glass of milk, Steve. And then all these gangsters looking at him, he's like, in a dirty glass. Devin Butler. Crazy. But yeah, no, so send some cognac and all that in the PO box down below. Yeah, fucking, but shit, like, that's about an hour. That's episode 1 right there.
Yeah, y'all. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us, for keeping it stirred up or whatnot. But yeah, something fresh.
Next episode, Mag might have his dong out. I might have to censor that. That's what he said. His words, not mine. But yeah, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about too. Let's get a storm of ideas brewing. And
yeah, for sure. Let's get a whole collaboration of some shit.
Yeah, we're just digging holes and chopping wood out here. You know what I mean? It's hard when you only got one shower token. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, but yeah, anyway. Fuck.
All right, y'all. It's been real.
Streets.